for the Empathy Virtue Award. Addison has shown empathy in our class many times these last few months and demonstrates her ability to understand and share the feelings of others. Addison is often found to be checking in with friends throughout the day and noticing when someone might be having a sad moment too. She is always helping classmates in the classroom or offering to hang out with a friend on the playground. Addison is showing her empathy daily and is setting a good example how to be a caring friend to others in class. Keep up the good work. Love, Mrs. Beach.
Our next Virtue Award winner is from Mrs. Barnhart's class. Please give it up for Bill Dial. Mrs. Barnhart says, I am so excited to nominate Bill Dial for the Empathy Virtue Award. Bill shows empathy in our school every day. He can always be counted on to help out a friend who's feeling sad by offering kind words and a comforting presence. He constantly thinks of others and works to help all friends feel welcome. He's a great friend to all, and we are so lucky to have such a wonderful example of empathy in our class. Keep up the great work, Bill. Love, Mrs. Barnhart.
He is excited when a friend is called for calendar. He cheers friends on when they are feeling down and shows he cares for his friends and peers in so many other ways. Way to go, Colton. Love, Miss Salad.
Good job, buddy. Our next March Virtue Award winner from Mrs. Lagg's class, Shailene Nelson. Ms. Flagg writes, I am so excited to give this award to Shailene for empathy. Shailene demonstrates empathy in our classroom every day. If a friend gets hurt, she's by their side offering comfort until they feel better. If a classmate feels disappointed, she is right there with them saying things like, it's okay to feel sad, maybe you'll have a turn next time. Shailene goes out of her way to make sure that everyone in our class feels loved and welcome. We can always count on Shailene to bring smiles to our faces. We are so lucky to have Shailene in our class, Mrs. Flagg.
Our next Virtue Award winner from Mrs. Roberts' class, Bexley Nelson. Georgia says, I am pleased to nominate Bexley for the virtue of empathy. Bexley's face is so very expressive when she is listening to others. She is a wonderful combination of being both kind and caring. Bexley is quick to recognize when her friends need help and is right there to do so. She is always very aware of the feelings of others in our classroom and on the playground. She is always kind. I have never seen Bexley be unkind or ignore someone in need in any way. Bexley, I wish everyone was as caring and kind as you, because we would have a much happier world. Love, Ms. Roberts.
Give it up for our next March Virtue Award winner, Tessa Kinnear. Mrs. Fisher writes, it's a pleasure to nominate Tessa for the virtue of empathy. Tessa has a huge heart and regularly says and does kind things for the people around her. She is quick to notice when someone is feeling sad and will go out of her way to offer a hug, smile, or a listening ear. Tessa, our class, is lucky to have such a caring person in our classroom community. I'm very proud of you. With love, Mrs. Fisher.
For the Empathy Award. Anya feels so deeply for her friends and family, and lately she has been learning how to manage all of her feelings, the nice ones and the not so fun ones. She is there to celebrate her classmates and also help when they are hurt or sad. She wants the best for everyone around her. Anya has such a big heart, and I know that will take her far in life. Love, Miss Hinkle.
Next March Virtue Award winner for Mr. Pierce's class is Emma Weber. Good job, Emma. You want to read this with me? No? Mr. Pierce writes, I am so proud to get to award Emma for being such an empathetic person. Being a new student at school can be difficult, and Emma accounts for that. She's always very excited to make a new friend and goes out of her way to make sure new students feel welcome at our school. Emma also shows the same care when she makes sure to inform an adult when a classmate's feelings or person is hurt. In short, Emma cares so much about those around her. Emma, please continue to show empathy to those around you in your actions and in your words. I'm so proud of you, and I hope that you are too, Mr. Pierce.
He understands how words can affect others and tries to always have a positive impact on others. Trenton is kind, thoughtful, considerate, and loving. He is a joy to be around and to have in our class. Thanks for being you, Trenton. Love, Miss Smith.
March Virtue Award winner from Mrs. Pascuzzi's class is Lainey Hagee. Ms. Pascuzzi writes, I am proud to give this award to my student and friend, Lainey Hagee. Since the first day of school, Lainey has shown empathy in many different ways. She shows up to school and is very kind and caring toward her peers. She is constantly complimenting others and listens attentively to how others feel. I can always count on her to notice and connect personally to the way that others feel in our classroom and in the stories that we read in class. She is able to put herself in other people's shoes and makes us all feel comfortable around her. She is one of the most empathetic and considerate students I know. I sure am lucky to be her teacher. You rock, sweet girl, Miss Pascuzzi.
Wyatt is always quick to check on other students and make sure they are all right. He is a good friend to everyone in the class, and he wants to make sure that they all are doing okay. He has a big heart with lots of feelings. You rock, Wyatt. Love, Miss Godak.
All right, boys and girls, give it up for our next March Virtue Award winner, Raylan Ham. Mrs. Weiss writes, Raylan displays the virtue of empathy each day in her classroom. She is, of course, always kind and caring, but she often goes beyond that to show that she understands how other students are feeling. Raylan is a great example of what empathy looks like. Thank you for being such a thoughtful person, Raylan. I appreciate you. Sincerely, Mrs. Weiss.
In order to have empathy, it means you emotionally understand how others are feeling. Paisley, you have proven to me this year, time and time again, that you truly care about others and what they are going through. As a third grade student, you are able to come to me with concerns for yourself or others in such a positive manner that shows true concern and compassion for all involved. I am thankful to have you in our class this year, Paisley. Continue to show others you care. Love, Mrs. Stringer.
Our next Virtue Award winner from Mrs. Gonzalez's class is Audrey Jones. Mrs. Gonzalez writes, it is my pleasure to give this Virtue Award of Empathy to Audrey. Audrey is someone who is always aware of other people's feelings. She has showed me countless times that she cares for her classmates, and she goes out of her way to show it. She has a huge heart, and we are so lucky to have her in our class. Keep on being you, girl, because you are awesome. Love, Mrs. Gonzalez.
This kiddo has the biggest heart. Lincoln is the first to jump up to help someone who has fallen behind, or even just to support and encourage them. I have witnessed numerous occasions that Lincoln will stop what he is doing when he sees a classmate struggling. Lincoln has a special way of lightening the mood in our classroom, and on top of that, he always has kind words for me. I truly appreciate you, Lincoln. You rock. With love, Mrs. Graydon.
Aiden Wuthridge. Mrs. Hall writes, I believe that having the ability to be empathetic is amazing. When I was thinking about who to give this award to, I had a couple different people in mind. So I asked a few people in my class who they thought showed empathy, and Aiden was the name I heard. Aiden is always showing how much he cares for his peers and is very supportive of those around him. He shows his emotions on his sleeve and is able to understand and share the feelings of others. Thank you, Aiden. You are an amazing person and classmate. We're lucky to have you in our class. Love, Miss Hall.
Mr. Miller says, Piper is one of the most caring kids in the history of 4th grade. Wow. She is always willing to help and understands when someone is having a rough day. I know that I can always count on her to help out with other students. She is a great kid and always puts others first. Keep being awesome, Piper. Mr. Miller.
Next up, from Mrs. Nixon's class, Cannon Lockwood. Mrs. Tannen, Mrs. Nixon writes this about you. Tannen is an empathetic person who fully understands how others are feeling. He will often take compassionate action to help others in need. His empathetic nature helps him to cooperate with others, build friendships, and intervene when he sees a wrong action. He is patient with others when partnering and realizes we do not all learn in the same way. You make each day better, Tannen. I am glad you're in our room. Love, Mrs. Nixon.
From the space class, Jessie Hernandez. With a smile that lights up the world, Jessie. Here's what your teacher said. I am proud to select Jessie Hernandez as my virtue winner for empathy. Empathy is a virtue that I work on quite a bit with Jessie as he learns how to understand how other people feel. Jessie has one of the biggest hearts at Crooked River. Wow. And works extremely hard to make everyone feel included. Jessie befriends those that need someone and shows compassion to all that are around him. Wow. There are not enough words to describe how amazing Jessie is to those around him. He can understand and sympathize with his peers in a way that is remarkable to witness. He is one of the most supportive friends and is always encouraging others. He believes that those around him can do anything, and he is always in their corner cheering them on. What a joy it is to watch the emotional maturity continually grow this school year. Thank you for letting me be a part of your team and showing me what it truly means to personally identify and understand the needs and feelings of others. You are one of a kind, Jessie. So proud of the kid you are. Love always, Mrs. Hayes and Miss Holiday.
Our March Virtue Award winner from Mr. Santos' class, Madison Lee. Madison has proved to me and her classmates that she definitely deserves the award for empathy. She shows care and support for her friends and classmates. She has shown empathetic acts while trying to cheer friends up when they are feeling down. Keep up the good work. Empathy is a great trait to have, Mr. Santos.
Well, this is pretty special. I have the brother of the Virtue nominee that I just presented. So from Miss Dunn's class, the Virtue for Empathy goes to Junior Hernandez. I think we could share this with more than your mom because obviously she's doing something right. All right, here's what your teacher said. There's a lot of great things I can say about Junior. He works his hardest at everything he does and perseveres when times get tough. However, one of my favorite things about Junior is how much he feels for his classmates. He is very aware of their feelings and makes it his mission to cheer others up when they are feeling down. You make our classroom a better place, buddy. Keep up the great work. Love, Miss Dunn.
Ladies and gentlemen, the March Virtue Award from Miss Smith's class, Ainsley Curtis. Ainsley, this is what Miss Smith wrote about you. Ainsley was chosen by Miss Smith and her classmates. Ainsley is consistently aware of her classmates' feelings. Her compassion towards others is very apparent, especially when it comes to partner and group activities. Ainsley, you are such a great addition to our class. We're so lucky to have you. Thanks for being you, Miss Smith.
Okay, for Miss Maria's class, we have Madison LaBelle. Madison, Mr. Bailey says that you are such a great contributor to your class. She is always on task and doing her job. She is also very willing to Madison, keep being you, Mr. Bailey.
So we have a special guest for our last March Virtue Award winner. This is from Mrs. Pollock, and it goes to my good friend, Jacob Barker. Jacob, this is what Mrs. Pollock writes about you. Wow. Jacob, there are not enough words to truly depict the amazing human that you are. Your caring heart is the very first thing I noticed when I stepped into the role as your teacher. You notice little details about others, you constantly check in with your peers and teachers, and you have such a mature, sympathetic understanding of the needs and feelings of others. You are the first student to volunteer to help another student. You are the first to console a crying friend. You are the first to support a peer who is struggling with a task. Watching your support, encourage, being understanding, and listening actively to everyone around you is astonishing. You have taught me more in the last 6 months than I could have ever learned on my own. Keep continuing to see the world from other people's perspectives and show those around you how to develop compassion for others. Your future is bright, kid. I'm so proud of you. Love always, Mrs. Pollock.
Let's give all our Virtue Award winners a giant round of applause! So now, we get to move into our Excellence and Special Awards. But before we do that, I want you guys to give yourselves a little cheer. Just a second, I'm going to tell you which one. I'm going to have Mr. Smith lead us in the hamburger, and this is for you guys, because you did such a good job listening. Mr. Smith, can you lead us in the hamburger, please?
Not good.
Last month, the library award belonged to Mrs. Drayden's class. And this month, Mrs. D. Hart says, I would like to nominate Mrs. Fisher's class!
And she said, this class has come a long way from library expectations. I appreciate how they follow directions and use good manners. This class loves storytelling and is respectful and responsible when I agree to them. And to this, I say a huge thank you. Keep up the awesome work. You peeps rock.
All right, I'm going to announce the STEAM Excellence and Special Awards. Last month, it was Mrs. Pescuzzi's second grade class. Congratulations. This month, the winner is Mr. Miller's fourth graders. The STEAM Excellence and Special Awards March has been earned by Mr. Miller's fourth graders. This class has shown great improvement this year in following directions, listening to each other's ideas, and working together. These students have also shown more kindness toward each other. It has been wonderful to see this growth. Nice job becoming a team. Keep up the great work. Congratulations.
And for technology, last month it was Mrs. Stringer's third graders, and this month, I would like to congratulate my next special award for the month of February. So put your hands together for Mrs. Stringer's We are working on Google Docs in her classroom, and they are great listeners. It is hard to get
Mrs. Roberts, first graders. But now, the March Excellence in PE Award winners are Mrs. Graydon's class. This class has consistently been a pleasure to teach this entire school year. Mrs. Graydon's students arrive eager to work and have fun. They are respectful, they are quick to encourage one another, and they are not afraid to push themselves to their personal best. Thanks for being an awesome group of kids, third graders. Sincerely, Mrs. Pickard and Mrs. Woodard. Give them a hand.
So now, here's the thing. Oh, wait, you gotta listen real fast. So next week is Secretary Appreciation Day. And we have the two best secretaries on the planet. So we're gonna bring them in, we'll give them a round of applause, and then we're gonna do a little thing where right here is the line.